That hunting season has begun, or cuffing season, if you want to call it that. Political cuffing season. And I call it cuffing season because, you got cuffing season that's romantic, where, where people will hook up, and get their groove on with each other in order to stay warm during the wintertime. But there's another type of cuffing season that happens on a regular basis, and that's the political version of cuffing season, where the Democratic Party suddenly remembers that, oh my God, Black people exist. Oh my God, Black people are real. Oh my God, we need Black people to vote for us if we're going to keep our power. So they start coming in and they do this whole little love affair thing where they start letting Black people know how important they are for about the next 3 or 4 months. And just like horny little frat boys, they show up trying to get some. And just like, little girls with low self-esteem, we give it up every time. We give it up every time as a community. And so what I'm here to do is I'm going to give you guys some game that hopefully will help you to regain your self-esteem, that will hopefully help you to understand the importance of demanding things that you deserve, that will hopefully help you understand the significance and the uniqueness and the power of being Black. And I hope that we can begin our conversation by agreeing that the Black community comes first. If you agree that the Black community comes first, then type B1 in the chat, the letter B1 in the B in the number 1, put B1 in the chat. Thank you, Kenny Warren. Everybody who believes that the Black community is special, put B1 in the chat. Everybody who believes the Black community will win, put B1 in the chat. Everybody who believes that within the next 40 to 50 years, Black people can lead the world in economic strength, type B1 in the chat. Everybody who believes Black people in the next 50 years will lead the world in educational achievement, type B1 in the chat. Thank you, Taya, Dow, John, Tone, Mia, Kareem, Michelle, and everybody else. All right, so we're all on the same page. We threw our B1s up, and that's where we were going to begin this conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button also. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do that. If you're on Twitter, please retweet. Facebook, please share, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just got off the phone with one of the greatest human beings in the history of this earth, by the name of Dr. Claud Anderson. Dr. Anderson, he sends his regards. You guys know that he normally makes a weekly appearance on drboycetv.com. And without divulging too much personal information, I will only say that he has not been feeling 100%, that he's fighting through some things. And that's as much as I'm going to say on that. He will be back as soon as he can. As soon as he works through it, he'll be back. But until then, I'm going to try to be the messenger of this extraordinary man, because if there's ever a time where Black people need guidance, it would be now. If there's ever a time when you need your OGs to break things down for you, it's now. Dr. Claud Anderson is the OG. Dr. Claud Anderson is the leader. He's the veteran. He's the guy that should be at the front of every table. You guys saw what happened when Charlemagne put him on the Breakfast Club, and I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. It took a lot of work to get him on the Breakfast Club. Shout out to Charlemagne for bringing him in. And I told him, and I remember talking to him, and I said, Dr. Anderson, Breakfast Club is a big deal. I think if Black people worldwide are introduced to Powernomics principles, you're going to see a historic level of transformation instantly. Because when Black folks get a dose of the truth, we change overnight. That's how you know that's how you know the truth is the truth. We ain't got to manipulate. We ain't got to persuade you. All we got to do is say, do you really think that they're treating you right? Do you really think that they're treating you fairly? Do you really think that that this is the way it's supposed to be? And most Black people, even Black folks with no education, no insight, even those who are not even conscious get it. They're like, yeah, no, this ain't right. Right. So I think at the end of the day, we got to all agree that, what they're doing with us, it ain't right. It ain't right. So anyway, let me tell you guys about the conversation I just had with Dr. Anderson. I'm not going to take that long to share this with you because I got a meeting in a few minutes. But let me go ahead and break some of this down for you. He and I had a conversation just now, and we were talking about life and like, how you doing, Dr. Anderson? How you feeling? How's everything going? And then he started talking about the election. And I said, now that you mention it, I just realized that the Black community needs to hear from you right now. And I said, how about you just, you just keep talking and I'm gonna take notes and I'll go and I'll share what you're thinking, because he's watching this. He's at home in bed and he's watching Joe Biden, move his way to getting the nomination. And he has some interesting perspectives that I think Black people should understand. At the same time, I saw Angela Rye, who is, she's in that class of elites that are going to stand to benefit. I don't know if it's financially or otherwise, it once the Democrats regain power. So what you're going to probably see is you're going to see people like the Angela Rye's or even the Roland Martins really, really pushing Black people to vote without necessarily being able to make it a reciprocal relationship, right? I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm not even into all that. I told you personally, I didn't like Angela Rye when I met her in person. I'm not going to lie to you, but this is not about that. This is really about the fact that, for you to do what's best for you. And I'm not here to tell anybody to vote or not to vote. So just make that clear. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you to do what's best for you. So the same way they're doing what's best for themselves, you need to do what's best for yourself. The same way they're taking care of their own families, you need to take care of your family. The same way that they're protecting and preserving and building their power, you need to build your own power. So I'm all about Black power. So type Black power in the chat. If you agree with me that Black power matters, just type Black power in the chat so we can be on the same page. So here are a few things that Dr. Claud Anderson said about Joe Biden. I will summarize by saying that Dr. Anderson was not happy at all with Joe Biden. He does not like Joe Biden. He does not think Joe Biden is good for the Black community. He does not feel that a Biden presidency would be good for Black folks. He feels that a Biden presidency would be as disappointing as an Obama presidency. The only difference is that Biden, in his words, is weaker than Obama. Obama was weak for the Black community. Biden is super weak. And what he referenced is, and I got to go look this up, but he said, look at reparations. He said, when Biden has been asked about reparations, he avoids the question. Now process this. He knows when he goes down south, and that's what got him all the power. That's what emerged him and pushed him as a front runner, is he went down south where Black folks are, and Black folks love Obama. So all the Black folks showed up to vote for Biden. And I'm not dissing you if you're one of those people. I'm not telling you that you're wrong. I'm just telling you to have an open mind. Well, when the topic of reparations comes up, Biden ain't nowhere to be seen. Now I did see a video where he went out of his way to lay out his explicit LGBT agenda, right? He talked about that. He'll talk about that. He's got a whole commercial on that. I have not seen Biden come out with a specific Black agenda, right? And one that Black people can really resonate with. Most Black agendas are what I would call coincidental agendas. It's like, I'm already doing this and this and this. And oh, by the way, Black people are going to benefit too. Yeah. I'm doing this for them and this for them and this for them. Oh, but Black people can get on that bus too. The bus ain't going to the Black neighborhood, but it's driving past the Black neighborhood. So if y'all want to just step on out and jump on the bus that we're driving, the gay bus and the feminist bus or whatever bus, you can get a ride. You can hop on the bus, but you can't drive the bus. You can't control the bus. And we're not coming specifically to your house or specifically to your neighborhood, but we are driving somewhere close to your neighborhood, so you can all jump out and jump on the bus with us, right? So a lot of the benefits that a lot of these Democrats lay out for Black folks are very specifically, very carefully designed to minimize the amount of work necessary for them to actually earn the Black vote. Like, why would you earn something that you already have? Why would you go to work every day to get money that is already going to be in your bank account? If your boss told you tomorrow, look, the money's going to be in your account, you can come to work if you want to or not, then are you going to come to work? Yes or no? Are you going to show up? Yes or no? If the money's already there and the boss says, well, look, you ain't really got to work for it, just the money's in the account. But if in the goodness of your heart, if you want to come give us 40 hours a week just because you want to be a nice person, then do that. But the money's already in the account. Would you show up to work under those conditions? Give me a yes or no. Well, the Democrats don't show up to work for you because you've already put the money in their account. When you have surrogates, many of them Black, that are telling Black people, make sure you vote, but they're not telling white people, make sure you deliver for Black people, then basically what they're doing is they're saying, go put the money in their account and just trust them. Trust that they're going to show up to work and just put the money in their account. They ain't never came to work, ain't trying to come to work, ain't talked about going to work, don't give a shit about going to work, but yet they're telling you, like boo-boo the damn fool, to put the money in the account and hope for the best, because this is the best you got. right? So I think that there is a logical reason, intelligent people, and again, this is, that not everybody's going to get it. Some people are, just follow the crowd. Some people will be intimidated into doing things. But you must understand that the Democrats actually, as much as they talk about voter suppression, they suppress your vote more than anybody. The Democrats are the biggest voter suppressors in America, actually, if you really look at it in a specific way. They suppress your vote, number one, by making you feel bad for asking for something for your vote. If somebody every time, I mean, imagine this. Imagine if every time your boss is like, look, just, or not your boss. Let's say again, let's say you have you have somebody that's supposed to do work for you, and they say, put the money in their account, and they might show up and do the work, they might not. And then every time you say, well, I need you to do the work, and then I'll put the money in your account. And then they slap you. Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? How dare you ask for something in exchange for what you're giving us? What's wrong with you? If you don't vote, you don't count. Your ancestors died for you to have the right to vote. You a sucker, man. In fact, that was one of the reasons why I ended up getting banned from Ebony magazine. There was a lady there who was one of the high-ranking editors, and I think she was mad at me because I didn't tell black people not to vote. I just told black people to have some common sense. I said, do what's best for you. That's it, whatever that is. And if that leads to voting, then that's fine. But if it doesn't lead to voting, then that's fine too, right? So ultimately, I think you just kind of have to understand what common sense looks like. So here's another thing. So here's another reason why the Democrats, unfortunately, are responsible for tremendous amounts of black voter suppression. Not only do they make you feel bad for asking for something for your vote and demanding something before you go vote, right? Like, I need you to deliver this before I even give you any more votes, because I've given you enough votes and you didn't give me nothing. The other way they're suppressing your vote, Dr. Anderson brought this up, is they're watering down your vote. When they're going out and they're letting millions of people in from south of the border, do you understand that every time they open up the borders, they're reducing the power of the black vote? Every time do you know that back maybe 50, 60, 70 years ago, the black vote had a lot more power than it does now. The black vote had a ton more power than it does now, back before integration. But now that they want to open up the borders and they want to bring in all these individuals from south of the border, it's like your vote really isn't going to matter that much. And that's what Dr. Anderson brought up. And I said, that's interesting. So he said, that's voter suppression. They're suppressing the black vote by watering down the black vote. The black vote. Do you understand what I'm saying? Give me a yes or no if you understand the logic. You ain't got to agree, but just let me know that you're even considering what I'm saying to you. If you look at statistics, actually books like Powernomics, which, by the way, Dr. Claud Anderson's website is powernomics.com. And this is a great book if you really want to understand what it means to be black and what it means to build black economic power. In Powernomics, he actually shows, I think in Powernomics and Black Labor, White Wealth, this is another book I keep nearby. He shows statistics on the percentage of the population that was black 100 years ago versus the percentage of the population that's black now. The numbers have changed dramatically in the last 50 to 100 years because they've let in so many people from south of the border. Now, it doesn't mean that they shouldn't be here. It doesn't mean you want to be anti-anything. I'm not anti-anything. I'm just pro-black. And so at the end of the day, I think you have to ask yourself, the people that they're asking you to fight for, are they fighting for you? The people that they're asking you to just let into the country, remember, all Hispanics ain't black. They talk about black-brown coalitions, but I go to Colombia, and there are many, many racist people in Colombia. When I go to Colombia, Medellin, there's a white side of town and a black side of town. When I go to Colombia, the place where they have most of the black people is the ghetto of that country. It's just like the United States. So this idea that anybody who comes from south of the border is your friend is a damn lie. That is a damn lie. There are many, many Latino people who hate black people more than a redneck does. And that's just the truth. So anyway, let me keep going. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, if you want to get Dr. Claud Anderson's books, he's got a great library pack that doesn't cost that much. Everybody should have books like this in their library at home. Go to powernomics.com. That's powernomics.com. It's the least we can do for such a great man is support what he's got out there. You give all this money to white folks, support the black ones too. Let me keep going down the list. I got a meeting in a minute, so I'm gonna have to be quick on this. He says that Biden needs to be asked specifically, what are you doing for black people? What is your black agenda? I don't recall Biden going on the Breakfast Club. I saw the other candidates. I saw Cory Booker. I saw Kamala Harris. I saw Bernie Sanders. I saw Buttigieg, whatever his name was, him go on there. I did not see Joe Biden, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he was on there, and if he has said something about black people, then that's fine. He actually, ironically, said that Michael Bloomberg, as much as people, were dismissive of him, he, because of stop and frisk, which we all disagree with, or at least I do. I'm not a fan of that. He said actually Bloomberg had a plan for black people. Bloomberg actually wanted to help create black businesses because Bloomberg is into business creation. He knows wealth. He knows how people become wealthy. And he said the best thing I can do for the black community is create a wealth plan that allows them to build businesses. So he actually said he liked that. Now, does that make him more conservative than I don't know, but he doesn't like Trump. He's not a Trump fan, Dr. Anderson, but he's also not a Biden fan. And he actually said Bloomberg is the only candidate that had a really strong program and agenda for black people. There was another one that he mentioned. I can't remember the name, though. Also, he said that if they're looking for plans and things that they can do for black people, that they can call him. I think that a candidate that showed a willingness to talk to a Claud Anderson is somebody that could really show their authenticity. He says that Biden, he avoids the reparations question. He also says that black people need to stop majoring in the minors. So for example, Angela Rye, one of the points of manipulation that she used to get black people to go out and vote is she talked about this execution. Nathaniel, the brother, I'm talking about, the brother in Alabama. Somebody say his name in the chat because I want to make sure. Nathaniel Woods, the brother in Alabama just got executed. Nathaniel Woods. And Angela Rye's argument was, if all y'all had voted for the Democratic governor, then Nathaniel Woods wouldn't have got executed. And okay, you can make that point. But what he said is that you need to stop majoring in the minors. He said, instead of thinking about one black person, you need to think about all 46 million black people, right? Instead of thinking about one situation, you need to think about all the millions of situations that black people are in. And so basically, it doesn't mean that we don't have empathy for Nathaniel Woods, but I mentioned this. Y'all get caught up way too much in symbolism. And symbolism is not the same as substance. Symbolism is not the same as systematic factors. Symbols are not systems, and symbols are not substance. Symbols are just symbols, and that's all they are. So one situation is symbolic. What matters most is what's happening system-wide. So at the end of the day, remember the Democratic Party, if you really want to talk about incarceration of the Democratic Party, which party was it? Who was it that was calling black people super predators in the 1990s as Joe Biden was working with his buddies Bill Clinton and others to pass criminal laws that have put black families, have destroyed millions of black families all across this country? Who was it? Who was it? Who was the one pushing through the 3 strikes laws and the mandatory minimums and all this other stuff? Who was it? It was Bill Clinton and the Democrats. So one of the stupid things that people will say if they don't understand the nuances of this is they're going to say, oh, well, if you don't love the Democrats, you must love the Republicans. People like that almost sound like first graders. When they say, oh, well, if you criticize the Democrats, that means you're a Trump supporter. That's like first grader analysis. And I kind of ignore that. Like, I'm used to that, and I kind of laugh it off. Instead, it's more like saying this. Here's what's really being said. I'm not scared of another Trump presidency because black people's lives didn't improve when Obama was elected. They didn't improve or get worse under Trump. In fact, unemployment's lower than it's ever been. So when you look at the so-called gains that black people are allegedly receiving under Democratic rule, show me where those gains exist. Show me. Are we wealthier? Is our wealth growing or is it dropping? Are our children more educated or less educated? Are our neighborhoods safer under Democrats, or do we get more shitholes like Baltimore became under Elijah Cummings? Seriously, I'm not all of Baltimore, but a big chunk of it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So everybody who's comparing Trump as the baseline, what they're kind of saying is, Trump is a pile of dog crap, right? And so instead of eating dog crap, we want you to enjoy eating rotten eggs, right? Rotten eggs is clearly healthier than dog crap. It probably tastes a little bit better. But there are some people who say, I'm not going to choose between rotten eggs and dog crap. I'm just not going to eat right now. I'm going to fast for a while and detach, because I'm going to eventually go find somewhere else to eat, because everything y'all got on the menu tastes like shit. Seriously. So everything that they're putting on your political menu tastes like garbage. And there are some people who've said, I'm just not going to eat at this restaurant because you're not going to back me into believing that I don't have a choice. So that's my argument for you guys. It's probably too intelligent for mainstream media. It's too intelligent for the people that want to manipulate you. But that's why I'm screaming it loud and clear, because I want the smart people to know that you do have a choice at the end of the day, and you don't have to do what they're telling you to do. And Dr. Claud Anderson is smarter than me, and I just wanted to share his message and make sure everybody listening to me, I said, Dr. Anderson, I said, you just lay in the bed, you get better, man. That's all you need to do. I'm going to be your mouthpiece. So if you got something to say about what's happening in the world, you tell me. I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to go right back to the people, and I'm going to share that message, because at the end of the day, you got to have black people first. I'm tired of us riding in the back of the bus. I'm tired of us being suppressed. I'm tired of us being left behind. I'm tired of us being made into a persona non grata. I'm tired of us being forced into choices we don't want to make. I'm tired of us being told to choose the lesser of two evils. I'm tired of us being told that one day they're going to decide to do something. I'm just tired of all that. I'm just sick and tired of all of that, and I'm not going for it. So you can kiss my black ass until you come correct, period. Until you do right by black folks, then all that you do is going to fail. Like they said in The Color Purple, until you do right by us, Democratic Party, then you might have President Trump in office over and over, and then his son might be the president after him, because we're not going to help you accomplish anything if you're not helping us accomplish what matters to us. Point blank, period. That's where I stand. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but I'm vocally stating where I stand on this issue, and I'm not budging an inch. So hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Well, number one, Dr. Claud Anderson's website is powernomics.com. I hope that you'll go to powernomics.com and get the library pack and get those books into your house. Have your children read it. Have them understand Powernomics principles. Chapter 7 in Powernomics is Dr. Claud Anderson's political philosophy on black people, the formation of independent black political parties, or black people voting as blocks and playing the political game to win. So go to powernomics.com if you want to check that out. Also, this weekend, we're doing the Emancipation Equation Weekend, totally free, starts tonight, Friday, March 6th. So if you'd like to go to that, go to theemancipationequation.com, THE, that's theemancipationequation.com, and that's it. So hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to help us grow as a platform, you can subscribe or join our League of Intelligent Black People at intelligentblackpeople.com. That's intelligentblackpeople.com. So we'd love to have your support. It really helps us get things done. So take care, guys. I'm out of here. I got that meeting. I'm 5 minutes late. Love you. See you soon. Peace.